Welcome to the 5th Shape Up coaching lesson for hearts, motivation and responsibility. In this lesson, we're going to teach you about motivation, change and becoming the best version of yourself that's possible. This means learning to function in your balanced state most of the time, being responsible, dependable and motivated to reach your full potential and create great relationships. We realize that's a tall order, but we want to make sure you have a map and you're on course for the journey. Also, remember we taught you in lessons 2 and 3 though, you're always on track and right where you're supposed to be. And the universe is actually on your side and constantly conspiring to help you get there. But even with the universe fully on your side, you're responsible for your motivation to stay on track and keep stretching and working towards your goals. The problem is that many people of your shape struggle with motivation, follow through and finishing things. They often get caught up and can't seem to find the motivation to keep going. So, we want you to understand a few things about human motivation. Everything you do is motivated by either love or fear. But the fear state is a little complicated. There are 3 kinds of fear motivation that you need to understand. The first is perfectionism motivation. That is what drives you to prove your value through your performance. And any time that you've been attaching your value to a task, you've been sucked into perfectionism motivation. You now have to do this thing to prove your value. Now this can drive 2 types of behaviour. For some people it really drives hard work, stress and determination to prove their worth. For other people like you, it more likely drives procrastination. The pressure of having to prove your worth through this task, it's just too much. So people like you will often stop or not even start these kinds of projects. It's much safer to do nothing and not try than to try and fail. You're never going to get motivated here unless you separate your self-worth and human value from tasks and what you do. Remember in lesson 2, we taught you how to see all human beings as having the same unchangeable value all the time. You must apply that here. And remember, no matter how this task turns out, you have the same value. The second type of fear motivation we call obligation motivation. And this happens whenever you feel like you have to, should, ought to, or need to do something, but you really don't want to do it. Obligation is again a horrible motivator because you aren't really going to follow through and do something because you really want to do it. Fixing this means you have to find a reason, a why, to do that thing so it's love motivated. Then it makes it something you want to do. You'll never lose weight, for example, until you find fun in exercise. The last form of fear motivation is people-pleasing. And you know you do this one a lot. We all do. This is doing things to make other people happy with you. And at some level, this does keep you safe and make everything seem right in the world. But there's a huge cost. Every time you sacrifice yourself to keep someone else happy, there's a little piece of you and your own happiness that you're giving away. We want you to give yourself permission to take care of yourself too. And again, you really have to find a love-motivated reason to do these things. Take some time and write a list of things that you know you should be doing but aren't. Things that need to be cleaned or organised. Or everything that you've been procrastinating doing. Go to each one of these things and figure out what kind of motivation problem is in play. Why can't you get going? Are you attaching your value to the job? Is it safer not to do it? Are you feeling obligated to do it? Do you feel you have to do this to make someone else happy? Could you choose a new reason to do it all that would be just about you? Write down how you could change each of these tasks into a love-motivated task. Then, set time aside on your calendar to get those tasks done. We recommend setting aside a specific amount of time each day to work on a task. Even set a timer to go off every 30 minutes or every hour to commit to working until the timer dings. Remember, you're in control of your life and your time. And time is your most precious resource. It's precious because you can't beg, buy or steal more of it. It's limited and therefore should be managed with care. You can start today consciously choosing your behaviour every day and making choices that will make you feel better about yourself. You can do this.